All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to unpack something huge: why most people can work their entire lives and still struggle to build any real wealth. And more importantly, we're going to reveal the one simple shift that can change your financial future for good.
So let me start by asking you a question. Just think about it for a second. If you've been working hard for years, but you feel like you're just not getting ahead, what do you think is really holding you back? Most of us have a go-to answer for this.
And that answer is almost always, I just don't make enough money. But here's the twist. The real reason you're stuck, it's thinking that your income is the problem in the first place. That very belief, that's the trap. And it's a trap that keeps millions of people from ever getting ahead.
Okay, so let's dive into this first big idea, the income trap. This is all about how we confuse having a big paycheck with having actual wealth. And let me tell you, they are not the same thing, not even close.
It is so important to get this right. See, income is what you earn. It's the money that flows into your bank account. But wealth is what you keep. It's what you own, what you grow, and what eventually starts to make money for you, even when you're not working.
And if you need some proof, just look at this number. This is the average emergency savings for Americans who make six-figure incomes. Yeah, less than $1,000. This is powerful, powerful proof that a high income does not automatically make you wealthy.
So you're probably wondering, how is that even possible? Well, it's because of this sneaky little thing called lifestyle inflation. You know how it goes. You get a raise, and what's the first thought? Great, I can finally afford a nicer car, or we can move to a bigger house. Your spending just rises to meet your income, and you end up on a financial hamster wheel, running faster and faster but going absolutely nowhere. So if a bigger paycheck isn't the answer, then what is? Well, let's get to the real heart of it. This isn't about a gap in your income, it's about a gap in your mindset.
The data on this is, well, it's pretty staggering. For decades, it's been the same story. The top 5% of households own the vast majority of all the wealth. That leaves the other 95% of us basically fighting over what's left, living in debt or just barely breaking even, never having enough to be truly free. Now, this massive divide isn't about luck or some secret connections. No, it boils down to three core mindset gaps that keep most people stuck, and most of the time, they don't even know it's happening. First up is scarcity thinking. This is that little voice in your head that says, building wealth is for those other people, not for me. When you think like this, you're always playing defense with your money. You're so scared of losing it that you never put it on offense to actually grow. Next up, short-term thinking. Come on, we're all a little guilty of this one, right? The desire for that new phone, that fancy dinner, that vacation, it feels so urgent right now that it completely overshadows the goal of being financially free 10 years from now. And the third one, and this one is huge, is passive acceptance. This is the belief that your financial life just kinda happens to you. But here's the secret. Wealthy people know that a financial situation isn't something that happens to you, it's something you design. You are the architect. But here's the really good news. Once you can see these gaps, you can actually start to close them. It's not hopeless. And it all begins with one simple but incredibly powerful shift in your perspective. So, the 95%? They operate with a consumer mindset. When money comes in, the first automatic unconscious question that pops into their head is this: what can I buy with this? But the 5%, they operate with an investor mindset, and they ask a totally different, way more powerful question. They ask, what can this money do for me? See the difference? It's subtle, but it changes absolutely everything. And this right here is the core of the whole thing. You need to start seeing every single dollar you have as a tiny employee, a little worker. You can either spend it and it's gone forever, or you can send it out to work for you, to go out and find more dollars and bring them back home.
So here's the crucial point. People are always talking about strategies, buy index funds, invest in real estate, start a business. But those things are like the walls and roof of a house. They're totally useless if you don't first build a solid foundation. This investor mindset, that is your foundation.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but theory doesn't pay the bills. The important part is making this real. So how do you actually start making this change in your life, like today? It really just begins with two simple, practical actions. And don't worry, we're not talking about some complex financial wizardry here. This is all about changing how you see and interact with your own money. First, you have to build awareness. That means taking an honest look at the beliefs about money you grew up with. That's your money story. Then, you have to get practical. Track where every single one of your dollars actually goes, not where you think it goes. I promise you the results will probably be a little shocking.
Second, you have to actively adopt this new mindset. Think of it like building a muscle at the gym. With every dollar that comes your way, before you spend it, just pause for a second and consciously ask yourself that powerful question. What can this money do for me?
Ultimately, it all comes down to this one simple question that can guide your entire financial life from here on out. Is your money just a treasure to be enjoyed today? Or is it a tool to build the future you actually want? The choice you make with every single dollar will determine everything.